Okay, so the first thing is that we're going to use this command here, docker compose up, that will help us to build, recreate, store, and attach containers. And we use the dflag in this case to use the detach mode, and the build, without the G, and the build, and to build a container before it starts. So if we run this command, what's going to happen is that in this case our working directory is fast API view, and you can see that it's running a lot of stuff. But what stuff is running? For that, we're going to take a look into the GML Docker Compose, into the Docker Compose GML file to see what's running. So now we are in the docker compose.yml, that it's named in that way as a convention. You can change the name, but it's the idea is to leave it like that, docker compose YML. And then we first, in the first line, state the version of Docker that we're working on, and the services that state the containers we're going to use. So in this case, we have the container that is all backend, and the build is tells the path we're using, the path where you can find the Docker file for that container, in this case the backend, and the ports and the forwarding rule we're going to use for all ports from the container to our local machine, the volumes we're using to help us to persist data. And in this case, we're running this command here for the backend, and front end happens the same. We have some volumes, the ports forwarding, and the build. In this case, we have the build here. So in the case of the backend, we have first the command from that help us to tell what image we're going to use for our container, the run that we can use to run some commands. In this case, we are making a directory called app, and work directory will tell us from what directory we're going to work. In this case, the directory app. We're stating some environment and variables, and then the copy command will help us to copy from our local machine to the the container. In this case, the canary we're copying, and where are we going to copy it. So in this case, we're copying requirements, and we're using that same file to install from that requirements with run pub install, and at the end of the backend we're copying our source code. In the front end happens the same. We're telling Docker what image we're using, in this case node, and the directory we're working on, and with installing Vue, in this case that is the framework we're using from the front end. We're copying the package and putting it on our working directory, and the same, we are running npm install, and at the end we are running this exec command that will use npm to run, and then start to put our front end in the port 9000. So that's how our Docker Compose is working.